me as a songwriter, I think the EP basically just represents kind of the leftovers, the songs that never got a fair recording from the band that I was in before Rejectioneers. And most of the guys in Rejectioneers were involved in that band in some way, shape, or form too. So we all had a soft spot in our hearts for those songs, except for When It's Over, which was one that was written as a Rejectioneers song. But it's basically an opportunity for us to track some songs that we felt deserved to be recorded. But what that means for Rejectioneers is, we got an opportunity as a band to spend some time in the studio together and kind of rework some old songs, and really fell in love with each other. So as a band, it was kind of the fuel that really started the fire. Although I have a reputation of being a singer-songwriter, I never really wanted that. But I got kind of stuck in this role of, singer-songwriter. I feel like I compromised a lot. I played a lot of acoustic shows, which wasn't really my forte, and I never felt like I excelled there. I just did it so that I could play, and to try to keep up whatever momentum. And basically, I think that was it did more harm than it did good. I never really had a solid lineup, and all I really wanted to do was go into the studio and make a record, or even an EP, anything. I just wanted to go record something that I could be really, really proud of, and I couldn't do it by myself, and I didn't just want to bring in some guys that could play either. I really wanted for music to be something I did with friends that I was really close to. A lot of people would assume that because Kenny is one of the guitar players in the band, that we chose to record at Archer Avenue because Kenny's in the band and it's cheaper or whatever. But the truth is actually that Kenny wasn't in the band until we decided to record there. And it started with me coming to Kenny and saying like, hey, I finally got some guys that want to record these songs. What would that look like? And Kenny had played various instruments in various lineups of Ben Walker Radio, and I think just kind of hopefully I get this right. I don't want to speak for him, but I kind of just got the impression that he felt like he wanted to be able to put in his 2 cents on those songs. So really, it was in the discussion stages of recording the EP that Kenny kind of decided to start playing with us instead of just producing and adding stuff here and there. And then of course, after the EP came out, Kenny has been probably one of the most aggressive about pursuing this further. So anyways, to answer your question, the recording at Archer, a lot of it was a matter of convenience, but a lot of it really is just that I think that Kenny is really good at what he does. There's a lot of recording studios in town, and I've been in some of them, never to record my music, but to do background vocals on somebody else's or whatever. And I just don't know that there's another studio in town that that has engineers and producers that are going to be engaged in what you're doing, as committed to helping you achieve your goals as Kenny and Eric are over at Archer. So, that being said, I felt like we would get the best result. We would get the best result there, and I'm pretty sure we'll record our full length there as well, unless we come across a large sum of money. I remember having a boom box you could record onto a cassette tape, and I remember waiting for the songs I loved to come on. Weezer, Counting Crows, Pearl Jam, whatever it was, and recording those songs, and then going through and listening to them over and over again, and writing down the words to those songs, and picking them apart, and trying to figure out why they wrote these songs the way they did, why, what are they trying to say with these words, what's obvious, what's not obvious. And I think at that point I really fell in love with the idea of writing songs. It just seemed, to me, it was really appealing to kind of grab this palette of words and paint this picture that, to me may look one way, but to you might look completely different. And either way, to all of the various listeners, it may mean different things to all of them, and then comes back to me, and I'm the one who wrote it, and it means something totally different to me that maybe nobody will understand. Or maybe on the off chance that somebody actually does understand, I'll connect with that person. And I don't know, I made friends that way. There was writing songs, talking about life, being able to express myself openly, and for someone to have the opportunity to connect with me on that level, it was just really appealing. It was really exciting, and it was a challenge that I really enjoyed. What I would really hope is that when people hear these songs, that they'll be able to relate and say, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, and I've never had an opportunity to talk about that myself. It'd be great if we got to meet people and talk about these kind of things with people, because really, once you get it off your chest, it seems like it's a lot easier to deal with just saying it out loud sometimes, or singing it out loud. I think the best advice I could give is just be yourself, which sounds cheap and sounds like an easy answer, but there were times throughout in my early 20s, there were a few people that approached me about management and record deals and just stuff that I didn't trust or believe in. And it's almost every time it was, hey, you're a normal looking guy that can carry a tune and write clever songs. How would you feel about doing that in a different environment? How would you like to play country music? Or, how would you like to be a Christian contemporary artist or whatever? And I always knew that I just wanted to write whatever songs I felt like writing, and that was it. Or you're welcome to contribute to any large sum of money.
I'll do what I can.